Why is it that sometimes, when you weren't thinking about anything sexual at all, out of nowhere, a very specific, very physical urge hits you? So fast that, before you even understand what's happening, your body is already reacting. Why do these urges sometimes feel completely out of your control? They don't warn you. They don't wait for the right moment. They show up in the most ordinary situations, while you're working, studying, or even in the middle of a serious conversation. And why is it that, when you're more tired, more lonely, or emotionally low, these urges become stronger, more frequent, and harder to ignore? To the point where you start wondering, is something wrong with me? Why can't I control this? Is this really me? If any of this feels familiar, then today's topic is not about suppressing sexual urges, and it's not just a matter of self-control. What we're really looking at is this. In those few seconds when a sexual urge suddenly appears, what has your brain already decided for you? And why is it that, so often, what feels like you wanting something is actually your brain starting the process before you even notice it? It's an ordinary evening. You're at the gym. Music is loud. People are focused on their own workouts. You're focused too. You're breathing, your rhythm, your body moving through each rep. You're not thinking about anything sexual. And then, you notice someone. They walk past you, or adjust their posture in front of the mirror. No conversation, no interaction. And yet, in that exact moment, your body reacts first. Your attention shifts. Your gaze lingers a little longer. And there's a subtle but unmistakable sexual response. You might pause for a second, because your mind hasn't caught up yet. You haven't even had time to think, do I actually like this person? Do I want to approach them? But your body is already responding. This is where it begins. In psychology, this is closely related to the hypothalamus. It doesn't wait for you to think. Its job is simple: to constantly scan your environment for signals related to attraction, reward, and reproduction. And the moment it detects something, it activates immediately, releasing dopamine, putting your body into a state of readiness. The key is, this happens incredibly fast, so fast that your rational mind barely has time to participate, which is why it feels sudden, even confusing. But in reality, it's not random at all. Your awareness is simply too slow to keep up. You think you're starting to feel desire. But the truth is, your body has already started before you even noticed. Not every sexual urge comes from something external. Not every reaction starts with a person. Sometimes what's more confusing is this: it appears when nothing is happening at all. You've just finished a long day, you're back home. The room is quiet. You're lying in bed, scrolling on your phone, not particularly upset, but not fully at ease either, just a little empty. And then, the feeling shows up. A very physical, very specific sexual urge. You might follow it, or try to push it away, but rarely do you stop and ask, is this really about sex? In psychology, this is known as misattribution of arousal. When your body becomes activated, your brain tries to explain what that feeling means. The problem is, it often gets it wrong. When you feel stressed, lonely, bored, or mentally drained, your nervous system is already in a state that needs regulation. It's looking for relief. And sexual stimulation is one of the fastest ways to get it, because it releases dopamine and temporarily makes you feel better, even more subtly. When you crave connection, comfort, or emotional closeness, your brain may translate that need into sexual desire. Because neurologically, intimacy, comfort, and sex overlap in the brain. So your brain simplifies it. It takes a complex emotional state and turns it into a clear, direct signal, sexual urge, so it feels like you want something. But in reality, you might just be tired, lonely, or in need of comfort. Your brain simply chose the fastest language to express it. If you connect everything you've experienced so far, you start to realize something. These sexual urges are not random. They are being reinforced. It's an ordinary evening. You're on your way home. You're on the subway. It's crowded. Everyone is looking down at their phones. You are too. You're not trying to find anything specific. You're just scrolling. one post after another, and then you come across something, a photo, a short video, something with obvious sexual cues. Your body reacts immediately, not overwhelmingly, but enough to make you stop. You tell yourself, just one look, so you tap, then another, and another. A few minutes later, you've gone from casually scrolling to actively looking for more of the same kind of content. This is where the loop begins. In psychology, this is called intermittent reinforcement. When stimulation is inconsistent and unpredictable, the brain actually becomes more addicted to it, because you don't know whether the next image will be more stimulating or whether the next moment will feel even stronger. So you keep refreshing, keep clicking, keep searching. And every time something gives you just a little bit of stimulation, your brain learns something. Keep going, and slowly a cycle forms, urge to click to stimulation to brief satisfaction to search again. It feels like you're the one in control, but in reality, the loop is training you, making you easier to trigger and making it harder to stop. So the issue is not just that you have sexual urges, it's that your brain is learning how to produce them more often. What truly matters has never been how to eliminate the urge, because the urge itself is not the problem, it's not a mistake, and it's not a moral failure. It's simply your brain, in a given moment, sending a signal. The problem was never whether it appears. The real question is, when it does, do you immediately follow it? The next time a sexual urge shows up, try something different. Don't react right away, and don't force it down either. Just pause, even for a second, and ask yourself, what do I actually need right now? Is it really sex, or is it something else? Am I just tired, bored, trying to escape what I'm feeling? Because very often, what feels like desire is actually something else. A need for rest, for comfort, for connection, or simply a break from your current state. In psychology, this ability to pause before reacting is closely related to the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for judgment, regulation, and conscious choice. When you begin to observe the urge instead of immediately obeying it, that part of your brain finally becomes involved. And that's where change begins. You don't need to fight the urge, and you don't need to push yourself into extremes, total control or complete loss of control. You only need to see it, like noticing a passing wave. It will rise, but you don't have to move with it every time. That's the difference. The urge does not define you. Automatically following it is what slowly pulls you away from yourself. And when you begin to see clearly what is real desire, what is emotional disguise, and what is simply your brain seeking quick relief, something shifts. You start to realize that these thoughts and sensations are not you. They are responses, your body and your brain, in a given moment, reacting, and you are the one who can see those reactions, and ultimately, the one who chooses what to do next, because real control is not about suppressing desire, it's about not losing yourself when desire appears. This is Felix. May you understand yourself a little deeper and treat the growing version of you with patience and kindness. See you next time.